Well, what do we have here, huh? Days after bound for. I'm sorry, days after rebellion. Look at me, I'm already messing up my words as it is right here. But, by the time you're watching this, I'm sure it's been a long, I should say, holiday weekend to whatever day you celebrated this weekend. This should be uploaded by early Sunday night, well, or late Sunday morning. I'm sorry, late Monday morning, I should say. But whenever this is uploaded, though, happy Bullet Club Day. May the 4th be with you. I'll say that. Cinco de Mayo, or Revenge of the 5th. That's one I figured out today also. It's a lot of different holidays, and, celebrate in many ways. Mostly mine was Bullet Club Day, 6th anniversary, but other than that, pretty much kicking off Impact tonight. Pretty much the fallout from Rebellion last Sunday, as Rebellion, had a really good pay-per-view last Sunday. We kicked off the show with the newest person around Impact Wrestling right now, Michael Elgin, Big Mike, as he had some new music and everything, sounded okay. Elgin pretty much said, a time's an honor where the new champion always comes out to celebrate with the crowd, but Cage is not here. And that Elgin said that he made sure Cage could not celebrate with the fans because he is in the hospital right now, which is legitimately true. Elgin pretty much was saying that the worse than Cage as champ is that the Canadian fans supported him when they are not supporting their own, which the fans, booed, but then they cheered when they said we all have to support each other. And he started naming great Canadian athletes like Wayne Gretzky, Big Mike, GSP, and Michael Elgin himself. Elgin pretty much said that when Brian sits at home remembering what Elgin did to him and why he came to Impact Wrestling and why he left New Japan Pro Wrestling, because he wanted to become the Impact World Champion. And Elgin's the only person around, and he says around, and that he deserves to have the next title shot. But Johnny Impact came out and pretty much argued with him, saying, it's deja vu, everything, but listen, I break one machine, now some new meathead wants to think they could walk around here and think they control everything. Johnny pretty much said that, you need to go join the hair club for men. Elgin said, yes, I am losing my hair, and I don't have luscious locks like you, but I still have my testicles and don't hide them inside my wife's purse. Of course, the crowd went, oh, to it. Johnny pretty much said, it's kind of odd you're looking at purses. My wife's purse is Versace, a luxury one, and the luxury you have is spending more money on $49.99 and high spots gear right now. Johnny pretty much said that Elgin is wrong because I sent Cage to the hospital. You just delayed an ambulance ride, which is true when you think about it, because that C4 did really fuck up Cage. I'm not saying, I don't know if he really even has a broken back in that right now, but he is. They say he was really bruised and injured, so hopefully he's okay. But that was still a very crazy spot, and I didn't expect that to happen. But Elgin pretty much said that Johnny said, yeah, I think you don't have good memory, but I did an Elgin bomb on him, so I left him laying there. Johnny pretty much told Elgin that, don't act all proud. Listen, we already have one Barry Horowitz in wrestling, and we all know how his career turned out to be. Yeah, take a shot, Barry Horowitz, but Johnny pretty much said, Elgin says, unless you haven't been watching the show or anything, I'm in line for my rematch next, okay? I'm entitled for it. Next thing you know, the LAX music hits. Conan comes out saying, while you guys are out here staring into each other's eyes and everything, you guys go about talking fashion, but he pretty much want to say that LAX and Lucha Brothers are cool. Everybody's all great. They're family again. And now that, since that's out of the way, Conan said he is Pentagon's representative. Conan says that Pentagon Jr. is the next world champion, that he deserves a title shot. And Johnny pretty much said that Penta, he was champion for a few days? Listen, I played more longer games of Mario Kart than Pentagon's title reign. And Conan pretty much says, yeah, sure, just like your Johnny Boone the Bounty Hunter movie career. Oh, that was a good one. Conan pretty much went on to say that, it's time to get back to business. And let's look at the title shot thing right here, chronology. Elgin year 3, Johnny year 2, Pentagon is 1. Okay? which if it does actually make sense in a way. If people remember, Pentagon Jr. was the World Heavyweight Champion at one point, and he did lose it to Austin Aries, but he never got a rematch, and I always wonder why that never happened, because he never got it. He never got his rematch clause back after he lost the title, and he really only did have it for like a few days if you want to go by the taping schedule, but of course, at the stretch along on tapings, but I think he was like 2-day champion, if I'm not mistaken, due to the tapings, and they look like they just kind of moved on from that very fast. So yeah, they did build it on there, but like I said, from the taping schedule, that's a different story. But it is true, he never did get his rematch, so this does make sense right here. Does make sense. Excuse me, as I said before. But with this segment still going on, of course, Conan explaining why Conan should not say Conan, but being Pentagon Junior's representative now for the World Heavyweight Championship. Excuse me. Pretty much then after that, Conan pretty much not Conan, but Elgin wanted to give Pentagon a message and told Conan to bring it back to him. He pretty much grabbed Conan. Then next thing you know, Pentagon's music hit. He came for the save with on Elgin. Pretty much both of them started brawling. The security guys pretty much started trying to break him up. Johnny was pretty much kind of staying out of the way, letting them beat the crap out of each other till he did a sucker punch on Elgin and pretty much get out of there. Then crowds chant Sierra Medio, and the segment was over after that. So pretty good in the beginning, I will say. To pretty much get all three of their points across out there. Johnny still owed a rematch. Elgin claiming that he is now taking out Cage, due to his injury right now, and that he should be next in line. Conan now being Pentagon's representative now, or manager or whatever, doing the talking for him now. Pretty much made sense because the man never did get a rematch for the World Championship. Alright, he really never did. So this was going to set up a triple threat match tonight with all three of them to see who would go on to be the number one contender against Cage for the World Championship then. We pretty much then went to Ace Austin, Gambit there. I'm enjoying this guy more and more, like I said before, Ace Austin. Going against Petey Williams. Really good match, I will say. Kind of ended out of nowhere, I felt, at one point, because I think Petey was going for something on the top rope. Austin pretty much came back and he done like a final cut, I believe, or suplex off to the top of the turnbuckle. If I'm not mistaken, no, it was like a slingshot Frankensteiner, and pretty much Ace Austin hit the fold after that. Running blockbuster. It's a really cool move, by the way. Picking up the win on P. Williams. Really good match, though. Looked like it kind of ended short. Could have won another few minutes, if you ask me, to see if P was going to hit the Canadian Destroyer and Ace Austin would dodge it. But he ended up beating P. Williams, and, pretty good match. I will say that. Just kind of ended a little bit quickly. Rosemary was walking around one of the undead maid of honors on the chain, I guess, saying the Firefly goes out tonight. Sammy Callahan and OVE. They had a camcorder thing going on, asking what Dave was wearing. Looks like a dork. Dave said he was like the wild thing from the movie Major League. And Sammy pretty much approved it. Pretty much as they all standing together, Sammy pretty much went on to say that Rich Swann, you turn your back on your family right now and everything. And then Sammy said that Impact Management has been screwing over him and, banning his family last Sunday back at Rebellion. So we're going to have ourselves an 8-person tag. OVE rules next week. I got my team, you get yours. So I guess which one has to assemble a team now. Rosemary went against Kiera Hogan after she had the undead maid of honor with her. The match was okay. I will say that. It ended up with disqualification. Because I remember Rosemary throwing Kiera Hogan off the side of the stage where the apron is, the ramp is. Next thing you know, the Undead Realm Zombies Bridesmaids came out. They started jumping Rosemary. Sue Young came out then telling them what to do as they all beat up Rosemary. Then after that, even though those punches look kind of odd too, by the way. Kiera Hogan was getting the ring, but as they all stared at her, she says, you know what, I'm going to back out. Pretty much had a smirk on her face as Su Young and Undead Maid of Honor still beat up Rosemary and hit her with the panic switch. After that, so like I said, the match wasn't bad. The Undead Realm thing, I don't know how far this is still gonna keep going, because I said this before. What is their end game from this? No pun intended to Avengers, even though I've said end game several times now. So what is their end game to this? Kiera Hogan, I guess, is kind of backing out now. Like, Rosemary, you're on your own. You want to jump me? So you can deal with them now. There you go. You're up to that. Like I said, where does this keep going? I have no idea, but we'll see what happens. Melissa Santos was then talking to Taya in the back, as she's the first person to ever defeat Jordan Grace. Taya was like, duh, it's a foregone conclusion. And she said she beat every single person in Impact in front of her until Madison Rayne came up saying, you haven't beaten me. I've beaten you 2-0 right now. I deserve a title shot. I'm the number one contender, logically, as she said. Madison said she wanted the title match tonight, but Taya said, you know what? You're not going to get it tonight, because I have to wrestle at Code Red this Sunday. Impact's, I forget, it's that special they're doing on their new, Impact Plus thing with House of Glory, if I'm not mistaken. And since she does have to defend the title this, she's got to wrestle this Sunday, she wasn't going to do it. Taya pretty much told Madison, you will get your match Sunday, but, it won't be for what you want. And pretty much as the segment ended, Taya pretty much told Melissa Santos to go with her, as I guess they were going to somewhere, which it was an Impact management office, as Taya was ranting at I guess whoever was in charge, and she came out, said I threatened my lawyers, and she was pleased to say that she only has to defend her title every 30 days, and Madison Rayne will get a match next week. It'll be a non-title one though, so makes sense you think about it. Hey, I wrestled last Sunday, so you're gonna wait for your title shot. You'll get a regular match. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but it will not be for the championship, though. And, hey, 30 days, all right? I only got 30 days to defend this thing, so I can sit there and wait till day 30, and then I'll defend the championship. Instead of having to, do it the next night or whatever. So it makes sense. LAX went in the back as they were celebrating. Santana Ortiz, pretty much, I think that's some tequila, if I'm not mistaken, or Patron. Conan came in, singing something in Spanish, I'm not really sure, but he said, everything's going out well with Pitting Guy and Phoenix, everything's well, the family's back together right now. But he told LAX, you guys been also been doing a little bit over partying, you guys got title defense this Sunday at Code Red, okay? As Conan pretty much took the drink away from Ortiz, and you guys need to be watching out for the North. They're here now, they're going to be winning a title shot then. As LAX said they were going to take care of business, Ortiz pretty much said, the Rascals, said that invite LAX to the treehouse or something, and Conan pretty much says, he likes this place, but pretty much he took the money from Santana, I guess left him a fake $20 bill, and you guys need to start training, okay? And as he walked away, Ortiz pretty much started laughing. He didn't get my drink, but he came back. Oh, yes, give me this too. As they pretty much were disappointed then, look at the fake money and stuff. So, yeah, you guys have been doing too much drinking, too much partying. Yes, you won the titles, but you guys need to still be in the loop, because anybody could be coming for your belts as they speak right now over their head. Excuse me. But from that segment, though, like I said, I'm tired. But from that segment, LAX, which was pretty good, they had Eddie Edwards come out there with his kendo stick Kenny, as he was getting ready to go against Phoenix, which was a really good match, I will say that. It's Eddie Edwards with Kenny, the kendo stick, and as the match went on, it was really good, too. Killer Cross was standing there, which I thought was a cool shot of him standing there with his arms closed, and you just see the blue lighting just kind of over his head. It made him look scarier, I will say that. The guy's intimidating as it is, but this made him look downright scary out here, which was good. But as for the match itself, though, with Eddie Edwards and Phoenix, really good match, I will say that. It ended up with Phoenix hitting the spinning muscle buster on him for the win. Because Killer Cross did walk slowly to the ring. He took Kenny's kendo stick and sat it back, which gave Phoenix the upper hand. So a pretty good match. But I guess now, since the Eli Drake thing just kind of went AWOL and he's gone now, I guess we're going to go to Killer Cross versus Eddie Edwards, and we'll see what goes from this now. I'm not really sure, but I am intrigued to see what happens just because it's Killer Cross and the guy's just that master manipulator, devil's advocate thing going on. So, I enjoy it. Next, Tommy Dreamer was talking to Rich Swann in the back as, Swann was there talking to Dreamer, saying, I'm going to help you out in this 8-person tag. The Mac is already in it too, but they need a 4th person. Next, the smoke show comes up then. A lot of smoke. Scarlett Bordeaux is there. Dreamer told Swann and Dreamer, I know someone that can join your foursome. Dreamer pretty much tried to say, I did the first 3-way dance. He is right about that. Swann pretty much, instead of saying, listen, I know you won in this match and everything, which she pretty much said she's hot, as Dreamer said. Swann pretty much, I don't want you to bring Sammy's violence or anything. But Scarlett says, I'm not offering myself. I got something bigger for you. Which was going to be followed by... I have got to say, that guy has lost a lot of weight. I said that in the Rebellion review, but that dude has lost a lot of weight. He is just moving way better than he did before. If you just look, all right? The guy is just in shape nowadays. But, I guess that, that adds his team for Rich Swann. Pretty funny segment, I will say that. It was enjoyable. Just being at the smoke show, how they got another partner. So that was pretty good. And Dreamer and Swann getting nervous talking to Scarlett Bordeaux. So I liked it. RVD came out. I must say what you want about his music. I liked his TNA music, and I like it still to this day. I know it sounds silly sometimes, but the words are so simple and effective. Anyone can sing along. Damn. The whole effing show. I always liked it, so I liked his TNA music. But as RVD came in the ring, people chanted RVD. He talked about being here and how these great dream matches, he could have an impact right now. And, so let's try to say he's stealing his moves and everything, but RVD can have a good match with anyone here. And that's because who he is right now. And he's seen the influence of other wrestlers in, today's stars. And... talk about people stealing his moves and everything, but it is flattering, though, as he went on. Because he said that he's here to show the difference of imitating their hero and TV is the whole effing show. Rob Van Dam. All Ego Ethan Page came out. Talking to RVDs, he had some chairs, sending them up in the ring. And he said, this is something you're not getting used to. This is you from getting excited, taking the chair away from him then. Page Dreamer said, I'm going to show you how to use the chairs. This is how you sit down. But, sit down and everything. The crowd actually did cheer for Page at one point since he's from Canada. RVD said, who are you? Fans have booed, and then everybody chanted, all ego. And then he says, yes, but my real name is Ethan Page, idiots. So he's still taking a shot at the crowd from it. That was actually good. Page pretty much said that RVD is going to sit back in his chair and wait for anything. But Page pretty much said RVD that the locker room doesn't, he said RVD said, you think yourself a locker room leader and everything, a hero, but you're not, okay? I never really looked up you for that, like that, as Ethan Page said, and he kind of just joked about, as he was just pretty much leaving the ring then. Page pretty much had looked at RVD. Looks, I've seen some of your matches, and he was like, nope, that's not gonna happen. I know some of your signature moves, but that's not gonna go down. And as they just pretty much wanted it's not gonna happen. RVD pretty much said, I can kick your ass right now. But Page pretty much told RVD you seem agitated and you need to take some of your medicine, and he knows what some of that medicine is. Page pretty much said, I'll have a match with you next week, which you get the chair set up. Then RVD hits the Van Terminator on him, or was it Van Terminator? Van Daminator, yeah, that's right, the Van Daminator on him with the spinning heel kick on the chair, which was still a cool spot to this day. So it was good with Van Dam, and he All Ego Ethan Page, so RVD will have a match next week on Impact since the guy he was already dressed to compete anyways. I guess Nat, so he will be there next week. But it was enjoyable. But the North was pretty much pissed in. Josh Alexander, like, why would you put yourself in a high profile match against RVD? And he said, like, the North and everything, you haven't got a match that much, but you want to get RVD. As Alexander pretty much says, we need to be facing LAX for the titles, but you've messed that up right now. But Page said, there's all, we got this. He said, it's all on the page. He's got a plan and everything. Moose pretty much said those Canadian friends and stuff. And, it's a lot of fighting going around here. But Page pretty much told him that, we got to go double duty against LAX and RVD now. But Moose said, he doesn't have to happen because he can face RVD while Moose teams with Alexander. And we'll go against LAX then. That's going to be the plan. And, we're going to go to the real LAX, I guess, the airport in Los Angeles. You ever been there? As he said, as Alexander pretty much says, good luck, All Ego. So, where is this going to go? I don't know if it's actually going to break these two up now. Maybe. I'm not sure. They haven't been a team that long. But we can't see where this goes. They also played a Elgin video package from last Sunday, I guess, of her passing the torch, as they even interviewed Tully Blanchard, talking about, watching his daughter go against Gail Kim reminds him of people like Wahoo McDaniel or Dusty Rhodes, he says, and he's got the tar being out in those days, and those are legends like he saw tonight, and you could tell that Gail Kim and Tessa, they have respect for each other after what they pretty much did in that ring tonight. What he said from Rebellion. So a good segment with Tully Blanchard being on there. As they promoted Impact Plus then. We got to the main event with Pentagon, Michael Elgin, and Johnny Impact for the championship. Triple threat. Well, it was actually a really good match. Other than the big botch with Pentagon Johnny almost trying to do a Hurricane Rana to the outside of the ring on Penta, which didn't even hit any of them. And he just still had to sell the move or whatever, but it looked bad. But this was an enjoyable match. Really good match, too. Ended up with Michael Elgin getting the win on Johnny Impact. That's something I was actually kind of surprised. I thought they would have been waiting for Elgin for a title shot right now. I don't know if they are trying to rush him again in that, or I don't know, maybe he's found a different job where he went. But, I messed up my words right here, but, But yes, with him being the, number one contender going against him, I'm not really sure how this is gonna go. How long? I don't know. They're trying to just push Mugen to push Michael Elgin to the top already. I'm not sure. They even pinned the past number one contender right there, what's currently right now. So it's a little strange to see him go over. I thought they would have waited a later date on this. Maybe they want to do it now. I don't know what's gonna happen with Cage and what is it? Cage and Delta? Why did I say Delta? Cage and Michael Elgin. Sorry, I must be messing up my words right here tonight. But we will see what happens from that whole thing with him being back. So, well, I really have started messing with the main event, though, just to talk about this triple threat match. But, like I said, Johnny, I'm sure he should be back soon. It's supposed to be like at least 10 to 12 days, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said before, I didn't really think Michael Elgin was going to win. And maybe, I don't know who else they could have sent to get a title shot. I'm not really sure myself. But, like I said, pretty good from that point. But I am going to run from here, though. I should say roll from here in a way. Good episode of Impact, though. Really enjoyable. Of course, you had to see the debut return of RVD. And debut, if I'm not mistaken. Debuted. Yes, Michael Elgin's big debut on Impact. Why am I drawing a blank on that? Also, I'm drawing a blank on in these videos right now. I must be tired, but I'm going to roll from here. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about this show. Follow me at 8 Hooded Knight 890 on Twitter. So, tell me how you enjoyed Impact, alright? Tell me I enjoyed that tonight. I'm out here. See you guys later. Peace.